There is a question coming from Mr. Amit. He says, how frequently should an investor review his mutual fund portfolio?
One is that how often one should look at it and how often one should review it. One is that, we are curious to look at things, so looking at it is not a problem. But if you are actively going to review it, then important thing is that you can review it as many times as you want to. But what will you review? Because many a times people are disappointed by the negative return, and that is the time when the whole market might be, the index would have gone up, most equity funds will be down. So how do you look at it? Just feeling sad about a negative return? So reviewing it objectively is the key thing. What one should look at? I think the most important to look at is, do you have the variables which, I liked one fund, and I liked one fund for 2-3 reasons. If those reasons have disappeared, I should consider a change. People don't look at it very objectively. When I look at a fund, I like a fund because it did better than peers. It did beat the benchmark. It was costing reasonably, and it has done well over a full market cycle. If these variables have not changed, don't change your fund just because you are getting negative return, or many a times, extraordinary positive returns, people get attracted to that fund, but it may not have these variables. It may not have the performance over a full market cycle. It might be assuming great risk, but people are getting impressed by the short-term performance. So be objective with your review. I think the biggest reason when one should review is when your goals change. You were 10-15 years away from your retirement, but now you are 2 years away from your retirement. You need to change. So your circumstances change, you need to do a review. Another thing which one should keep in mind in the review is rebalancing. You have decided that you will keep your equity and debt to 50% equity, 50% debt. Now because of the big decline in the market, your equity has actually become 35%. This is time to rebalance. Do you have the rules in place? Do these kind of reviews. Have objective review framework and then do an annual review. Doing an annual review has an advantage. It will also be very tax efficient.